Welcome to the discussion and thank you for always joining us. We are presenting a question that was done in K.c.s.e 1992 paper 1 question number 20, linear programming. And the question we have reads: a transporter has two types of trucks to transport sugar. Type A truck carries 2,000 bags while B carries 3,000 bags per trip. The transporter has to transport 120,000 bags. He has to make not more than 50 trips. Type B trucks are to make at most twice the number of trips made by A. That is, B must be at most twice A. By taking X to represent the number of trips made by A trucks and Y to be the number of trips made by type B trucks, write down the inequalities representing this information. 3 marks. We have also been told that type A trucks are making X trips and each trip is costing 20. Each trip is 2,000 bucks. So that means the total number of bags to be transported by type A trucks will be 2,000. You multiply by X. Then we have been told also that B trucks makes Y trips and each trip they carry 3,000 bags. That means the total number of bags to be transported will be 3,000 Y. So from this, we are going to have 2,000 X plus 3,000 Y, and this one is going to be less or equal to 120,000 bags. If you cancel the 3 zeros, we are going to have 2x plus 3y being less or equal to 120, and this becomes the first inequality. We have also been told that the transporter has to make not more than 50 trips. Remember, we have x trips plus y trips, and this one will be not more than means less or equal to 50. This becomes the second inequality. We have also been told that type B has to make at most twice the number of trips made by A, meaning Y, which is B, has to make at most means less or equal to twice X. This becomes the third inequality. We are also going to have an automatic inequality where X is going to be greater or equal to 0 as the fourth inequality, and also Y must be greater or equal to 0. These are non-negative functions. Once we have done that, remember we are supposed to plot the information on the graph, and for us to do that, we're going to begin with the first one, which is 2x plus 3y is less or equal to 120. Then we make a table for that. xy, we can use 2 points in this case. We can assume the value of x is 0, such that 120 divided by 3, you get the value of y as 40. And if we assume y is 0, then x is going to be 60. These 2 points are enough for us to draw that line. For the second inequality, that is x plus y is less or equal to 50. Again, we can draw a table having x and y and assume the value of x is 0, y becomes 50. And if y is 0, then x is also going to be 50. Then we go to the third one where y is less or equal to twice x. We make a table having x and y. If we assume the value of x is 5, then y will be twice 5, which is 10. If x is 10, then y is going to be 20. If x is 15, y becomes 30. And if this is 20, y is going to be 40. At this point now, we are going to draw our graph. So the highest value we have from the table is 60 on the x-axis and 40 on the y-axis. And therefore, we can use a scale of 1 centimeter to 10 units. This is 0 here. We are going to have, so we are going to use 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. That is on the y-axis. Then we have the x-axis here. We again do the same. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. We are going to have 50, 55, 60. We can stop at that point. Y represents type B. This is going to be type A here, and this becomes type B. From here now we can go and start plotting. For the first one, when x is 0, y is 40. When x is 0, y is 40 at this point here. And when x is when y is 0, x is 60. So at 60 here, y is 0 at this point. So we are going to draw a line joining the 2 points before shading. After joining the 2 points, we are going to label this line as 2x plus 3y being equal to 120. And then of course what we need is below the line, so we are going to shade the upper part of this line. Next we are going to have the second one where x is going to be 0, y is 50. This is where we are going to put our mark. And when y is 0, x is going to be 60. That is 50, sorry. So at 50 here, y will be 0. So again, we join the 2 points like this. Once we have done that, we shade again the upper part because what we need is below the line. This line is x plus y is equal to 50. Then the other one is where we have the third one. When x is 5, y is 10. When x is 5, y is 10 at this point. When x is when x is 10, y is 20 at this point. When x is 15, this one is 30 at this point. And of course, at 20, we are going to have 40 this way. So you can see again, this is a straight line that is going to run from the origin upwards. So after drawing this line, this is going to be y is equal to twice x. And at this point again, we had a situation where x was greater or equal to 0. So we are going to shade this lower part here. And y is going to be greater or equal to 0. We again shade this part here. So for what we need from y is twice x is below that line. So we are going to have to shade the upper part, since what we need is below that line. At this point, we are going to have the required region at this point. And once we have done that, we can now move and work on part B. If the transporter makes a profit of 1,000 per trip for type A and 2,000 per trip, find the number of trips that it should make with each type of truck in order to maximize profit. Remember, profit is going to be our objective function, and the objective function is going to be 1000x plus 2000y, but we are not going to look for the maximum profit, but the number of trucks. In this case, we are going to look or to take the highest point, which will be at this point here. The highest point we have will be here, and this is what is going to give us the maximum. So you can see at this point here, we are going to have to read off this value here, which is 33. And for x, we are also going to read down here, which is going to be approximately 17. That means type A is going to make 17 trips, and the B is going to make, and type B is going to make 33 trips for us to get the maximum profit. So it's not a must for us to use the search line, as long as we are able to identify either a point that will maximize the profit, or simply the objective function, or a point that will minimize that, we are good to go. Thank you for watching and welcome to our discussions. And in case you are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, you click the subscribe button, so that anytime we publish a video like this, you will automatically be given a notification. Thank you and welcome.